Welcome in, everybody. The reason I decided to come on here for this impromptu update here, and yes, we're still going to have our live this evening, but XRP has taken the up route, fortunately, and we avoided a further drop down to retest, and we have pushed over now, and this is very important. We pushed over not only the 53.8 cent mark, and we'll talk about this, because this is where we can make some noise, or we can't. This is where we really need to make the move now. This is where we can take advantage of a little bit of down by the rest of the market. And hopefully this turns out to be more than just a quick run up. But right now, XRP, we broke over that 53.7 cents. And that initially allowed us to break past 58.1. And now if we look at it, we hit not only the handle resistance. Let's go down. Right here, we hit the handle resistance at 60. Let's go into current times. And we hit it perfectly. That's the cup and handle resistance at 64 cents. We came all the way up to 64 cents and we got rejected at 64, and initially we even came back below the rising channel resistance. Now what we don't want this to happen is for this to be a blow off the top here and be the ultimate rally here that ends up getting pushed back down. So right now the biggest important thing is this is typical. Yes, I know we came up to 64 cents just over and tapped that cup and handle resistance, but let's be honest with ourselves. We got rejected initially by the 2018 resistance, so it would be very unusual for us to not come back down and back test this 58.1 cents here. So we would need to come back, or actually it's about 58 cents, 57.9. So it makes perfect sense why we came right back down here. We back tested the 57.9, as you can see. So that's the reason why we had to come back down so fast. Now, we do not want to come back through here now. We want to use this as a new support structure, and coming back through here could be a pretty interesting situation that could develop. But right now we did take out the 53.7 resistance. We took out 57.9. Initially went over the rising channel resistance at just over 60 cents. We took that out as well at 61.1 cents, and then we came up and got a firm rejection right at 64 cents, which was the cup and handle resistance. Unfortunately, we fell through the 61.1 cents initially, or fortunately, because now we've come back and back tested the 2018 resistance as support, at least initially. Now we're going to find out in a very short order if this was just a quick burst up and then it's going to roll back down, or if now we can start taking control of some of the market here. So this is where we needed to push past some of these resistance. We're sitting in a much better spot right now than we were a few hours ago, better than 18% up as XRP's pushed just over the 60 cent mark. And now we've looked at what can happen if we fall through, but now what is in front of us if we continue to move up? Well, let's just say we retake the cup and handle resistance. We've got this pattern formation at 65.2 cents that we're going to have to break through. But let's get rid of these micromanaging, and let's just look at if we do end up breaking up here. So if we do break up, and let's just say 57.9 holds, the next resistance, a big resistance, is up near 67.2 cents. And yes, we know our micro levels, but we're talking about if we come up to the next resistance on this formation. Now, if we look at the cup and handle areas, 61.1 cents is our most immediate resistance right now, and then you've got 64 cents. Once you open up that area, it gets very interesting. It gets very interesting because once you open up these areas, then you can open up the door to 85 cents. Earlier I said don't get too excited yet because we hadn't met and got past the resistance. If we hold this back test now, we can start to get a little more excited. I know as a holder of XRP, when it goes down, I always look at opportunity, but when XRP is the solo runner here, it makes me very excited. It makes me very excited that something bigger is going on. Obviously, we know that sometimes when XRP is the solo runner, and yeah, XLM's got a little bit of a push too because it just does when XRP moves, but a lot of times when this happens, we'll immediately come back down, and I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but I'm showing you the levels right now. 58.1 cents has no reason to fail right now if we're going to hold this. So we've already hit that once, and now if we're pushing back up, 61.1 cents is the next resistance, which is the rising channel resistance. We must get over that. Then we've got 64 cents just over, which is the cup and handle resistance. If we can clear those two levels, we're looking very hot. Then you've got 70 cents over the top and then up towards 84 cents. If we break down and we lose 58.1 cents, underneath it becomes a shit show. I'm just telling you right now, if this reverses right now, it becomes a shit show. So we want to hold the levels I just talked about. So because it gave us a bullish tone right now, I gave you the bullish outlook in the beginning. Now, underneath, if we lose 57.9 cents, our next support after 57.9 would be coming back to that 53.5. If we lose that, we roll over. We'll come back down to 43 and 40 and maybe even 34. It is in our best interest now to use this move now. For anybody who's in XRP, eat your heart out. Eat your heart out. I tell you the good, bad, and the ugly, and yes, I told you the positive and the negative side here today, but that's only because I want you to see both sides. Don't let your emotion dictate anything. Just watch these charts unfold. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. I hope that each and every one of you join me at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And let me just timestamp this real quick because I got to get going here. Good evening. 5:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Wednesday, August 7th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. Like I said earlier, don't get too excited yet, because there was the chance of a further drop. But fortunately, we took the up route, and yes, we can't exactly get excited yet. But if we push back above 61.1 and ultimately take out that 64.4 after this back test, we're looking very hot, and we should be pushing 70 or even 84 cents in the near term. I get a lot of criticism a lot of times, but just pay attention each and every day. And I'm going to give you the levels, good, bad, or indifferent. And I'm not going to tell you whether it's going to go up or down. I'm going to show you the likelihood and then what could happen in the worst case scenario and the best case scenario. Right now, we know the worst case scenario, and we've talked about the best case scenario. So make sure you watch this, maybe watch this twice, and get accustomed to the levels. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the live.